All right, RFK Jr. challenging Joe Biden. Okay. Now, I have known Bobby Kennedy Jr. for decades. I know the Kennedy family pretty well. I work with Doug Kennedy at Fox. I like the Kennedy family. I admire them. You know, many of you from reading my books that Robert Kennedy Sr., one of my political heroes, and I don't have many. Guy was, you read Killing the Mob? Bobby Kennedy? That's all you need to know. That weasel J. Edgar Hoover, the head of the FBI? No. Bobby Kennedy's the one that dissembled the mob. Anyway, his son is challenging Biden. Now, RFK, according to Real Clear Politics average of the polling, has 14%, Biden 64%. So at this juncture, Bobby Kennedy Jr. has no chance. His constituency is based on two things: his name and his anti-vax stance. Now, I'm not going to get into the anti-vax, but I will tell you this. Millions of Americans were and are against vaccines because they don't trust big pharma and the government. They don't believe the CDC, and this is both on the left and the right. Bobby Kennedy is an anti-vaxxer. He wrote a book, a best-selling book, all about it, and it did very well. Millions of people don't want any part of any vax. That's who's supporting RFK Jr., by and large. But if you go a little bit deeper into Kennedy's view of the world, it gets a little troubling. Go.
I'm running because I feel like my party has lost its way, that the values that my uncle represented, my father represented when they were Democrats, have been neglected, let's say. And I want to try to bring the Democratic Party back to those values. And the party traditionally was anti-war as well. My uncle, President Kennedy, was asked by his best friend what he wanted on his epitaph, on his gravestone, and he said he kept the peace. He said the principal job of an American president is to keep the country out of war, and the Democratic Party has represented those views since its inception.
That's not true. Okay, and Bobby Kennedy Jr. Basically is blaming America for the Ukraine war. And he said on News Nation that he would pull all war funding out and spend it on domestic things. Well, that might sound good if you're a liberal person, but it's not. So Harry Truman was a Democrat, right? Korean War. Harry did it. John F. Kennedy began the Vietnam War. Did you know that? And brought us, we the people in the United States, the closest to a nuclear war that any other president has done. By blockading Cuba, Khrushchev sent Russian warships, okay? Kennedy put up a blockade. If they started to shoot at each other, that could have ignited a nuclear war. Why did JFK do that? Because Khrushchev wanted to put missiles into Cuba that could hit the USA easily. So JFK was not a peace president. Wasn't. And he didn't keep the peace because of Vietnam. And the Democratic Party is not the party of peace. It's not. Democrats, going all the way back to the Civil War, ignited violence. Lincoln was a Republican. So Bobby needs a history lesson, needs to read the Killing books. He's not up to speed on that at all. And to say that the United States would be safer and better if we pulled out of confronting Putin and Xi and the mullahs in Iran and let them run wild, do whatever they wanted to do all over the globe, do you think that makes sense? That's Eugene McCarthy stuff. For you, again, you got to go back. McCarthy was the peacenik and during the Vietnam War. So when I hear that, I go, Bobby should know his history a little bit better. Now, the second soundbite I'm going to play for you is about immigration, which was second to the economy as far as an issue in 2024. Go.
I don't think that it's going to be possible to get an immigration reform package through Congress until we seal the border, because we've got now in the last 3 years, 7 million people have come across the border illegally. I was against Trump's wall. But having seen it down there, I see that you were required to give a physical barrier during certain, not all the way 2,200 miles from San Diego to Brownsville, Texas, but certain highly densely populated areas, you need a physical barrier.
Now, I should say that Kennedy explained his throat malady. It's a physical malady, so a lot of people ask about that. Now, the fact that he has come to the realization that we have to stop this illegal migration into the United States angers the core Democratic Party, which does not want that at all. Okay? So Kennedy's going against his party. And believe me, Democrats hate him because Democrats, by and large, love the vaccine. They love the COVID stuff. Why? Because it made the government more powerful, the federal government more powerful, by ordering and mandating what you could do during the COVID epidemic. That's what the Democratic Party wants. Strong central government in D.C. dictating to us how we live. That's why they supported the vaccine as much as they did, the Democrats. Kennedy's against the vaccine. The Democratic Party wants open borders. Okay? Kennedy's against that. So there's no way he's winning over his own party. A third party run, he could do it, siphon off a little support from Biden, but he's not going to do it. It's too expensive. The chairman of the Fed is promising more pain ahead. Last year, stocks dropped a whopping 20%. 2023 could be worse. You are right to be worried. So call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Since I've been a client and spokesperson, the price of gold has appreciated more than 35%. So please call today and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers and have the highest rating in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Please tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.